Yo, thank you for clicking on the video. I'm Who's Mans. I just like football. I'm here to teach you the X's and O's of the game. I'm not here to teach you the glitches and the exploits and things like that. Not that there's anything wrong with that. If you guys are new, go ahead, hit the subscribe button and the bell so you never miss an upload. And let's get into it. Yo, Madden 25 is out. I'm going through all 32 teams and their playbooks. I just want to see what they're like, get a feel for it. I'm going to use their defensive playbooks as well just to get a feel for things. So far, there's there are two playbooks that are interesting. The Bills defensive playbook and the the Philadelphia Eagles defensive playbook. Now, the Bills game that I played, I'm pretty sure that it used the Cincinnati Bengals offensive playbook for some reason and defensive playbook, because I know that the Bills, when I looked, they had a big nickel over G and big nickel under, which is nice. And I got really used to it in college football using the 4-2-5 teams. But I want to talk about this game real quick, all right? So when my opponent started out the game taking defensive ends and putting them in coverage, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, it was throwing me all the way off. It's almost like my eyes were just drawn to it. I didn't want to look because I'm used to making reads, right? I'm used to it's something that made me realize that I have turned into a robot when making my reads, right? I see this player go in, then I throw this. You know, I see this player do this, I do that. And people will figure out how to make people, you know, or kind of manipulate them into throwing certain things, right? And it's something that this game made me realize that I need to stop doing. I haven't been playing football games as much, especially last year. You know, obviously I didn't upload as much, but this, you're going to see it. The beginning of this game, I struggle. Couldn't get anything going, really. You see I almost throw an interception here. And it was funny because even in the middle of me throwing it, I'm like, why am I throwing this? I'm being an idiot. Look backside. And then you still see here, it takes me a second, but I get to that read across the middle. Once again, I'm high-lowing on the outside. He kept coming out with drop zones. This running play was more so designed because I thought he was going to continue to use defensive ends the same side as the running back, and it looked like I got him caught on the D line. So I should have not let that deter me, but and kept doing it. Here, you know, I run the ball up the middle. You know, I had a favorable lineup for that inside zone. And he kept running, you know, drop zones. So, of course, floods are always going to be great against that. I thought I could get him with a draw if he takes the defensive lineman off the ball. But once again, I guess it was just perfect timing on his part. I'm going to replay this play because I don't know. The defensive end be throwing me off. And although I have a good game here, I'm going to show you something that I missed that I usually never miss. And this is why I say don't become a robot. So you see the concept I have on the left side of the field. I have a cover 2 beating concept on the right, and then a nice little cover 3 concept on the left. That flat route is to take the flat defender and bring him out wide, while the in-breaking route breaks into a nice spot in that seam. And last year, or not last year, but was it 23 or 22, one of those games, I ran this concept a lot and got quite a few yards. For some reason, once again, him taking his defensive end out wide really deterred me from throwing this. I don't know why. But usually I would base this off of if the flat defender goes deep to kind of, if, you know, he gets depth and outside, I'll hit the flat route underneath. And if they're playing hard flats and they go underneath, then I'll hit that post, because I know that the deep third is not going to carry over that way, especially if you keep playing drop zone. And you see I had him across the middle there, but it deterred me, so I had to move on to the next read. And here I'm thinking, okay, maybe he'll switch it up. This does look like a man look, like a cover one man look. Although I run the ball, nice cut there, just couldn't get in, and then I ended up having to settle for a field goal. Defensively, you know, I felt like I was doing pretty well. He ends up throwing a pick here. He throws it to the flat very late, which you don't want to do. You never want to throw to the flats late. You never want to throw outside late. Once again, I have circle wide open. If I look to the left, I don't like that. I have to look back right. And once again, that defensive end, I'm telling you guys, it was throwing me off so much. So, you know, it got me off of certain reads, and that's why I said I need to stop being a robot when making these reads. I need to actually there's nuance to this game. I decided to come out single back because I just wanted to see what he would do with his defensive line, which would be harder to determine, you know, which side, but, you know, it's late in the quarter, so I can't really stay in it. And then, of course, we get the kick blocked. I need to start holding on to it a little bit longer if I don't get a perfect kick, because I think you can't block perfect kicks or something weird like that. But I'm going to come back out in this, and this is where things start to change. I start looking away from his defensive end because, like I said, it was just throwing me all the way off. So these are the things that you got to start coming out and changing up with your offense. And also things sometimes you might have to change with the defense. So I just noticed he keeps leaving the middle of this field open. He's only going to be rushing 3. That's going to give me a ton of time to make reads, so I should not have to panic. And right there, you know, I hit underneath. That's a simple read. If the mic stays under, you go over to the dig. If he stays back over top of the drag, then you just hit the drag. It makes it a lot easier. Here he's pressing. He has outside leverage on Higgins, and the run, you know, the defensive line has a good run fit, so switch it up, hit underneath again. I don't want to force anything. He's not really doing great underneath, so I'm going to take it. Mike Gesicki. Nice addition to the Bengals. I mean, I hate it because, you know, I like the Steelers, but this is a nice route concept that I learned from Deuce Close. This is back in, like, Madden 20. Except for I didn't put a slant on the backside. Here, he kept running. Oh, wow, how did I forget that concept? But he kept running that concept, so I just come out, cover 3 drop. And the flat defenders get outside a little quicker now, so end up getting the pick there, pick 6, and that's going to end the game. So we're going to move on to this Bills game. And I feel like there's a little bit more offensively that I get into there. So, I don't know. Your boy was feeling a little different at the beginning of this game. Came out quads, and I see this look, and I see that we have 2 stacked over top of circle there. So, I kind of knew that this was going to be a cover 3 cloud, and what I wanted to do was stress out the cloud defender on the right side. And you're going to see me motion out my tight end to that side of the field to create a high-low on the backside. And I feel like this is a really good concept. It's really easy. It's a really good concept. I like putting comebacks instead of curl routes, just because the curl routes, I notice on the right side of the field, cornerbacks always react to them super quick. So I put a comeback, and also that's a running back. So I just want to try to give myself as much space as possible with that. And then I put the tight end on a flat route. But this is something really simple, and I still have a nice concept on the backside there. A clear out with a corner and a little snag route underneath. So we're going to let this one play out, and you're going to see me try to move the streak over, but I can't. So I ended up taking Knox and putting him on a flat route to the other side, because this is still a really good concept right here. You're still going to be able to get what you need. And if you see right there, circle, or we hit circle. Now, if I didn't end up falling down, I probably could have got a touchdown there, but it is what it is. So next, I came out in a single back bunch. This is a really, really nice play action here. And right here, I don't want to chance anything. I take square. It's just a high-low on your flat defenders on the outside. He stays over top, so I stay underneath. So this guy definitely likes coming out in single high looks. So I have a drive concept on the backside. Running back was in to block. Now I put him on a flat table route, put him outside. This is the look I like. I'm going to be attacking the seams. I'm looking right side. Now, if the safeties rotate or anything, I do have a cover 2 side, which is the backside drive. But I'm primarily starting off this read on the right side. You know, I would be looking to see if that flat defender, the defender over knocks. If he gets wide, I should be able to throw the seam. If he stays in tight, then I'm high-lowing the corner on the outside. If he's on the outside third, then I know I'll be able to throw that comeback. If he doesn't stay on the outside third, then most likely it's like a cover 2 or some other look like that. So then I could look backside. But this is a really good look because you're attacking all aspects of that cover 3 side, the seam and then the flats. So you're making the flat defender have to choose whether he's going to help guide the seam or attack the flat. So I can't remember exactly what I do on this play, but we're going to look. He goes out wide, and I throw it to the seam real quick. And I'm just going to let this replay. You see that he's outside. There's no way he's going to get inside, and the user is the middle linebacker, and he just stays in the middle of the field. So I know for a fact he's not going to be able to get over to the seam. So instead of letting this one wait, I throw this right now because I know that flat defender is going to continue to go outside with the halfback on the table route because he gets out now. It's not the swing route where it takes a second to get over there. He gets out now, which is a really, really big deal for me. And then obviously you're going to see I throw it right now a little outside away from the user. All right, so my opponent continues to come out in single high. So I just dropped the exact same play just out of a different look. And you see it takes him up the field, and then I don't know. I didn't switch on either. I'm so used to Madden 24 to where if you hold, you know, the rack catching up, they just turn up field and go. But I guess they changed that too and didn't say anything. I don't know, man. So I have moments where I draw up the right things or I call the correct plays and then for some reason just do dumb stuff. Now, had I stayed in the pocket, triangle, wide open. After this, I have no clue what I'm doing. I'm pretty sure my brain disconnected. I just completely turned my brain off or something. What I should have continued to do since I've done this is just run with Josh Allen. I mean, he's fast enough. Just run, get out of bounds, and chalk it up. You know, whatever. I guess I had a few options. I just did. I don't know. I have no clue why. I do this one, so we're just gonna let this one ride out. I think it's funny that he tried to showboat, got tackled, still scored, but still funny to me. Once again, Madden's being Madden. However, we're gonna still look at this. My opponent continues to come out and drop zone, so I'm gonna assume so, and I was correct. You see that the R1 and circle are clearing out. I can easily hit X underneath. Smith did not go with X, so just looking at this, I knew I had X underneath. This is why flood concepts are so nice, especially if your opponent does not know what they're doing necessarily. I mean, he may know what he's doing. I don't know. I don't know who this dude is, but I make the right read. It's just my guy just doesn't want to catch the ball. This is a self-explanatory. It's a passing down, but I run the ball just because the run front that he presented to me was in my favor. I knew that the one technique is going to get double teamed here, and he's in an over front. I know this because the running strength is to the right of the field, and that's why these formations are so hard to defend sometimes. But break a tackle, get a nice gain. Okay, so you probably understand that I love the mesh by now. I love air raid, so we're going to let this run through. But a couple of things that I could have done better with this read was pay attention to what he was doing with the user. So We're going to let this one go through. You're going to see the user stays down. Now, when he stays down like this, you're going to look at the hook zones. I know that they're going to go hook to curl. And so they're going to get some, they're going to widen out a bit. What does that mean for circle? I think I've told you guys this before. I read R1, then I'll read the mesh, and then depending on what happens with the mesh, I'll determine if I'm going X, triangle, or circle. In this case, I should have thrown it to circle because he is really, committing to the mesh. He's either committing to Kincaid or he's committing to Valdez Scantling. So I could have hit circle. However, I mean, if you're gonna have Roquan Smith trying to run step for step with Valdez Scantling, it's not gonna work out. So I chose Valdez Scantling. I don't think it's the wrong read. I could have made a better read. Might not have got as many yards, but it works out. And you're gonna see here, circle is wide open in the middle of the field. Now I do end up getting a lot more yards with Valdez Scantling right there, but. So we're coming out with a nice little Salem route here. You see me hot route the streak up the field, and you see what it does. Now, there's one thing that I would probably change about this play, and it's putting circle on a drag route underneath. I would want to stress the middle linebacker as well, but as soon as I see the nickel step inside like this, I knew that I would have the advantage back outside with Valdez, especially since I know Samuel is occupying the corner on the outside. Even if he is playing like a cloud flat or something, he has to respect that because he sees Valdez go inside. So it's going to just create so much more space for me to throw the ball to Valdez there. Now, like I said, putting a drag underneath also helps because if I see, this is my kind of alert, if I see the middle linebacker drop down to guard the drag route, I can quickly hit that ball to up the seam to Kincaid there, but that's something I figured out afterwards. So yeah, I'll just let this one play out and move on to the next play. All right, with this look, I knew it was a cover 0 possibly, so I just wanted to see what's happening backside. That's why I ended up throwing that drag underneath. There's a lot of players bunched up together, and if you're blitzing, I had to see who was covering the running back, see if he would get, jammed up in there, and he doesn't, but that's why I hit the drag underneath. Now here I believe he was in a cover 9, which means that the corner is in a soft squat. I don't know that at the time, but I still, again, look to the nickel. I see him go inside, and then the thing that really made me happy is seeing that Humphrey went with the wide receiver, Samuel. So this is a dope sequence here. I look to the left side. I see the nickel plays great, so I go to my third read, hit the drag underneath, but I know he's in a cover 3, so you're going to see me switch to 4 verts, put the outside guy in a comeback, and I read, and he stays underneath, so I throw it into the seams there, get the first down. Now, I did score on that last drive because of the clock runoff. Didn't realize it took 15 seconds or whatever to get to the line, but running mesh again, real easy read. Instead of being a robot and seeing he goes in and go out immediately, I wait just a second, hit Valdez, pick up the first down. Since he continuously plays cover 3, I put Valdez on an out, and then I just read the cornerback. He backs off. I throw it underneath, pick up the first down. Now he's been coming out in cover 3 or cover 2 invert. I see kind of something that I like. So regardless, it drop zone, I should be fine. I'm going to high-low the outside defender there, whether he's in a flat or not. And we're going to look, and I'm just going to take advantage of that. But you see there, it's a little tighter just because Marlon Humphrey. All right, so we're going with a shallow cross here. And I just flat out make the wrong read. I read it from the wrong side. I have X. I thread the needle on this one, though. But I definitely had X there. And basically what I need to look at is the linebacker, middle linebacker. He gets depth from there. I should have just hit this drag underneath because the hook zone, once again, has to respect triangle, because if he continues to go vertical, you know, he doesn't want to get beat over top. And my opponent does a good job of taking that away, but I don't know. I was just being weird, and really wanted to hit triangle, but definitely should have hit X underneath. All right, now when I tell you guys that I could not stop this run, the Ravens with Derrick Henry is just insane. But this was the key turnaround right here for me. As you see, Matt Milano staying them up in the hole there, and then right here we get a little bit of a bail, but I mean, I don't know. We get a bail right there, and then we come out with this cover 9. He has nothing, and he gets sacked. This RPO bubble is really easy to read here. You just read the nickel. If he stays in, then you throw out. If he goes out, you keep the ball with the running back. This doesn't have a read, so it makes it a lot easier, but I see that he stands there, so he's already out leveraged, and I'm going to take advantage of that leverage. I use this as kind of like a makeshift run. He doesn't run man at all, so it makes it a lot easier to run this. So we're going to continue to basically abuse the fact that he just runs drop zone coverage most of the time. All right, so we're coming back out in the Salem, and as soon as he brings him down like this, I knew it was a cover 0 blitz. And yeah. All right, so we're gonna run a 4 verts, and we're gonna have a new adjustment here, and this creates a high-low in the middle of the field, which turns out to be great. He has a great play call for this cover 6, but I know that the middle linebacker there is going to be responsible for 3. Backside is going to be the cover 2, and he's not going to be able to go across the field all the way there, because the 3 rec is the wall, so he would eventually have to take him, because the drag would become the new number 3. But he stays deep, so we go underneath, and if, you know, he stayed underneath with the drag, then I could have possibly led that underneath the safety for a nice game. You see a light box, you run the ball. Simple. Gain of 6 there is great. All right, so we come out with a drive concept. Really easy read across the middle here. 2nd and 4. Pick up the first down. Now I want you to read the nickel there. He backs up with X, so you throw it underneath. Now if he stays underneath, that's when you can hit X, but I see that the safety rotated, so it was cover 3. Now if I didn't like either of those, I would have had the comeback on the outside. Now I turn into a robot again here. I start assuming things, and I almost getting myself into trouble there. Luckily, Humphreys was kind of occupied there. Now I had an option of either possibly testing that X down the middle of the field there. The safeties are so far apart, and if Allen has a strong enough arm to get that in there pretty quickly, or I could have hit the running back to the flat. We ended up wasting a bunch of time, you know, running the ball, doing little odd things like that. Get it down, he over pursues, cut back in, get the touchdown, and that is going to let us take the lead. And that's why I said that one stop was so crucial, and that's why you never give up in these games. Then I'll let you guys see how the game ends here. Comes out single back wing, man, and decides to run with Lamar, and this could have been great, except for he didn't get down. He gets big hit, fumbled. That's the very first time in all the games I've played where I've big hit a quarterback and they fumbled. I've done it so many times, and it is what it is. Whatever. End up winning the game, but thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you guys next time. Peace.